Hi everyone and welcome for this tutorial. We are going to paint the CryptoThralls from the Indomitus box. Thanks to Max who are a French shop who support me for my tutorial. We are going to use different kind of color you can see on the screen, and for the first time I'm going to use the color shift color from CryptoThrall, the Nebula Copper. So that's pretty interesting to see how that reacts on miniatures. For that I'm going to basically base everything with a black primer, and now with my airbrush I push some black from Procolor to have a totally clean surfaces before I'm going to apply the Nebula Copper with my airbrush. When I use Nebula Copper, I don't dilute too much because this is advice I have from the different people who use them. Just be sure after using it to clean totally your airbrush, just to be sure it's not going to let some elements inside your brush, your airbrush. So that's very important to clean your airbrush after. After the first layer of this Nebula Copper, I'm going to let the miniatures totally dry and push a second layer of Nebula Copper before I'm going to starting to create my other source lightning on the different parts who come from the energy, like the eyes and some different parts. For that I'm going to use some green, dark green from Procolor. This dark green is going to be my base for the next step of other source lightning effect. After that I'm going to use some black just to push more shadow in some few part of the miniatures. Don't push too much black, it's going to be important to have nothing too much dark. And now I add a little bit of lemon yellow into my mix, into my airbrush, to push again my highlights into all the different other source lightning effects. As you can see, step by step I reduce the surfaces I'm going to reach to show in which direction the light come from. For example, into the eyes and some few elements like that. Now I continue with my airbrush, but directly with some yellow lemon from Procolor, and it's going to be reaching a very small surfaces, and I'm going to push the contrasts directly with my lemon yellow from Procolor, but this time with my brush, just to be sure I have enough contrast on my miniatures. So I'm going to push the highlight on the edges and after into the different elements. Depending on the surfaces, I'm going to dilute just a little bit or a little bit more if I need, just to have something very contrasting. Now with my first dark green, I come back and I clean the different surfaces by using it pretty diluted to create my transition between my different green elements. Remember, the airbrush is perfect to have nice transition, but you always need your brush to create your contrast. Now with some scaly green, I'm going to make some wash to create some rust effect on the copper element, and I'm going to make some wash on different parts. And step by step I'm going to add more and more white to create some verdigris effect on all these different impacts. Take care to reach smaller and smaller surfaces. I know that I repeat that a lot of time, but it's pretty important to create your transition and your effect in the best way. As you can see at the end, I'm going just to put some point of white color to create this effect, and sometimes you can create just some few lines to show that rust is going to go down. Now with some auric armor gold, I come back on some few edges on the armor just to create once again some few elements on the edges. By pushing this color on edges, you are going to create more contrast and more volume on your miniatures. Now with some red brown from Prince August, I'm going to make some wash on the sword he have at the end of the arm, and I'm going to create a classical rust just with this red brown, and after just by adding a little bit of Troll Slayer orange, always by using some wash, so very diluted color. I'm going to push, just let the paint totally dry, so you are going to see that the paint is not enough colorful, so you can come back and make it again. Now I come back on the metallic part with some Canoptech alloy. I make that on the different edges and on some few surfaces to create more and more contrast. For the final step, I'm going to come back with a little bit of black to create my transition. I really hope you appreciate this kind of tutorial. Don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel, and don't hesitate to ask if you have any question into the comments. If you want, you can always support me on Patreon to have access to all my different tutorials, and you can share with me your work so you can have some personal feedback. Thanks again for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.